Hey everyone. Hey everybody, what's up? So again live. So today we will do a short stream, relax stream, explore a little bit shadows. Let's do a quick sound test. Test. Beep boop, beep boop. Yeah, sounds okay. If not, let me know in the chat. That would be super kind. So let's see what we going to do today. So yeah, we will explore a little bit shadows, how to sketch shadows, and also how shadows are sketched, especially in yeah, Japanese animation. I'm also myself not so experienced with it, so I'm starting to explore it more and more, and it's a super interesting topic. And yeah, I'm going to share a little bit what I've learned so far. And yeah, if you have any question, let me know in the chat, or if you have something you want to yeah, have explored a little bit more in detail in the future. But with that, I would say let's jump in. So we're starting here super simple canvas, and as a little recap maybe, so for example, if we're having a cube here, let's see, let's sketch a couple of cubes here also. Warming up again. So we could, for example, just construct the shadow here like that, and then we would have plane number 1, plane 2, number 3, 1, 2, 3, and this here would be our shadow from the cube. So this light would be coming somewhere from here. So I could also go again in the future more on detail how to construct actually shadows, but for now I will keep it more simple. And one means, for example, if the light is coming from that direction, number 1 means this is the surface of this cube. This is the brightest one. Then we have 2, and number 3 will be the darkest color. So with that we can quickly assign how we want to assign our values for this cube, and it's get way also more helpful, or sometimes also more interesting. For example, if you have a shape like that, where you have actually like bent surface, or maybe also shape like that. For example, this is just a quick example like that. Now you could also say, okay, the light maybe is, I don't know, coming from the top even, or maybe with a slight angle. And now you could say, okay, this is the brightest part. Then we would have maybe this here number 2, this number 3, this is also number 3, this maybe even 2.5, 3. So you can then assign a little bit and plan out how you want to sketch your values in, or paint your values in, before actually going in and then painting them in or sketching them in. For example, okay, or even let's stick at this one. This is the brightest one. Okay, we leave that like that, but then with my lines I could sketch my shadows like this, and this is here darker, so I know, okay, I put my lines a little bit more close here so it looks darker, and also here again more close, and here's a hybrid 2.5, so a mix of these two like that, and this one here again will be super dark like that. With that you can plan out a little bit your values and how you want to sketch in your shadows. Now let's come back to how to do it in anime. So I watched a little bit, did some research, a couple of videos. For example, again, if you want to learn new things, especially about anime or Japanese animation, you check out the channel from Dongchang. He has amazing videos about it. So and here, for example, we can see we have these lines here, or this line work, and he's cleaning it up at this stage. And then with these blue lines, you can see he's sketching in where later he wants to add more shadow. So then he can later say, okay, or just use a bucket tool to place the shadows in these parts. For example, now look at this part here, or at this part, and then if we skip forward, for example, here you already see it in this thumbnail, if the ad is not coming in the way. Lovely, an ad. But with that, I can show it again in a second. We can, for example, sketch our cube here, like that. And then we take or add a new layer here and place it below our line work. And with our, take now a blue pencil here, and we can sketch in where do we want to have our shadow. For example, here we now could place our shadow in like that. And then we could also say, okay, this party will be in shadow, and then we could also indicate it simply that here later we want to fill in shadow. That's often done how it's how they make it in anime production. For example, now you can see here these shadow parts. They were indicated before with a blue line, and also with highlights they were indicated with a red line. So that's also something you can consider. We're skipping forward, maybe you see it like here, this red line, and then filling in maybe a little bit of yellow color to show where the highlights are. For example, then we could choose a red color here and say, okay, we want a highlight placed later here at that spot. So just this is a theory on how, from the technical side, how to sketch a shadow when we're animating things. So I think I also will consider that and implement it more and more into the work, into the animation work. And yeah, I find it super interesting. And here's another example, just how you can also, if you like sketching characters, planning characters, and quickly want to show where to place shadow and how to place a shadow, you can always plan out your drawings. Also, again, we stick to the blue color, and then, for example, we can go again to our line work layer here, choose a black color here. We could say, for example, we have a sphere like that, or we have different spheres here. Sphere number 1, sphere number 2, sphere number 3. So we could, for example, for the first sphere say, okay, the light is coming from the top. The next sphere, the light is coming maybe from here, and for this sphere, the light is coming from the bottom. And then you could take again your blue color, go one layer below, and then with that sketch in your shadow. And now the light is coming from top, so I know, okay, my shadow has to be somewhere here, like that. Then we fill it in. And also to quickly show that the sphere is standing somewhere, can then also add here quickly. We can quickly add a ground plane here and also sketch the sphere here with that kind of shadow. And the same thing we can also do with the light coming from that side. So we would super simply sketch in here the shadow line, and then also the ground plane like here. So the sphere is actually connected to the ground, and then always later we can clean it up. And the same thing also if the light is coming from the bottom, like that, we can also sketch it like that. Cool. Yeah, with that we can simply add shadows, and especially for the future, I think this basic method is great to indicate where highlights are. And for example, then we could make the brush a little bit smaller, and then with a basic red brush here, could be also yellow, whatever, we could say, okay, our highlight is here, or we want our brightest spot to be here, or our brightest spot to be here. And with that we can easily or achieve a three-dimensional feeling with our animated work. Yeah, super basic so far. I mean, we could also do it, try it out also with another layer here. For example, again, also sketch maybe a shape like that. Basic shape. Maybe also like that. The cylinder also standing, 2 different positions. And then we could say, for example, the light for this one. It also helps, I think, to sketch in from where the light is coming. From here it's coming from the side, and maybe from here it's coming from this side. And then we could again go one layer below and sketch in our shadow. So we would say, okay, our shadow line would be here, and this total part would be in shadow here. And then we would sketch maybe a line here, here, or maybe even at an angle like that. And then add the shadow here, like that, and then fill it in with our color. So this total side would be in shadow. Then we have our shadow line here, and then again the shadow on the ground. And the same thing for here. The light is coming from that part, so okay, we know it's coming from there. We can extend it from here, sketch in the sphere here, and with that easily we have a shadow. And then we could also say, okay, the shadow line is here, and then again take our brush, make it a little bit bigger, and sketch in here our shadow. Like that. And with that, yeah, we can easily indicate where shadow goes, the shadow are, and yeah, create different kind of shadows. And I think this filling out method is great to, yeah, demonstrate things for character design, showing quickly shadows. And this one here is great for in production then later, when we have to know, especially when cleaning up things later, okay, we have to quickly see where the shadows go. With this drawings, I could immediately see, okay, we have a shadow there, this side has no shadow. And I think that's a key point here. So also when you look later, and for example, this here, or this drawing here, we can quickly see, immediately read the drawing. Okay, we have shadow here, 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 also ground shadow here. Yeah. Okay, let's then next, before we maybe sketch a couple of faces and see, or yeah, quickly add some shadows there. Let's watch, look at a couple of examples here from, yeah, anime production. For example, here we see, we also go more in detail here. We see here nicely, yeah, where the shadows are, and what the lights part are. And also here, if we compare it now, we have here the shadows in the face, and then we have here the sketched lines, super subtle here, where later in production shadows are added. And even we see the more darker parts on the skin also then have a little fill out, so it's clear, yeah, how to add the shadows here. And I mean, this pattern and this style here repeats a lot in anime production. Depends, I think, also on the production, like which colors they use and how they show which, yeah, if you have the shadow on the skin, maybe has a different shadow color or line color than the shadow of the hair. But in essence, this is how it works. For example, also this one here, we have the strong yellow color here. Look at this example, and now the same example again, just with yeah, with yellow colors here indicated, the shadow lines. And also we have this red color here to show yeah, a couple of highlights, I think. Cool. And here's another one. Also, it's cool to see, like, from the rough version, almost as from the storyboard, then to more cleaned up version here. And again here, like you can see, we have these blue lines here for the shadow, as I demonstrated a couple of seconds ago. And then if you compare to the final, here now where the blue line was, you have on top these shadows. Sketch it also here, and then here on top the shadow. And also like here, if you see, I like also to see it always in comparison, like how was the sketch made and how then the final image looks like. And also here one animated. And here's another one, also again with blue lines here. And for the skin, we have indication of yellow line for the shadow. So here's a difference of the shadow for the hairs with blue lines and for the skin with yellow lines. So you can also make a difference there how to add a shadow. Super cool. Okay, so I think we covered, the basics, I would say. Of course, I'm going to explore it more in the future. The more little hacks I know, the more, I will share it. But yeah, I think that's super interesting and helpful also for future projects to understand this, these mechanics, this process on how to add shadows properly so we can work with them. And with that, we covered the main part for today. I would say the rest, maybe it's really just doodling here a couple of faces and then maybe add some basic shadow to it. Let's see how we're going to do it. If you have any question, let me know in the chat. So I'm just doodling here a couple of faces. Also have to get back into that flow. So this maybe is my face after having streamed for too long. And then maybe we could go into there, as I mentioned a second ago. Take our blue color here and say maybe we want so the that light is coming from that direction, so we want our shadow according to that. Add our shadow here. See, so we're going to add it here and then also here to the side of the face. Maybe like that. Then also here, the lips, the nose. And then sketch in quickly our shadow. And with that, establishing easily a simple shadow node, and give also the character a little bit more 3D feeling. I think shadows can do that really well. Maybe here a little bit shadow still, and also then maybe, of course, if we would have sketched a neck, Also the neck here would be a little bit on shadow, but also the chin here maybe like that. And also here, the white part of the head. Like that. And then to make it more realistic, we could add a little bit light here. Or some real light here on the side. Like that. Cool! And then with the color red, for example, we could add maybe some highlights here. Make the brush a little bit smaller and say, okay, this part here would be stay maybe white, maybe like that. And maybe add some highlights here on the nose, maybe also here where the eye is, and maybe here at the side. Or leave it like that. Yeah. So with that we can easily and quickly say, okay, where do we want to have shadows? Cool. So with that super short stream today, we explored a little bit how shadows look like, how shadow works, how we can for the future animations incorporate shadows in our sketches, and we looked a little bit how shadows look like in anime production. Super fun stream, super short. Thanks for everyone for joining. Who missed it, I will at some point also share it on my socials. If you have any question, let me know here after the stream in the comments. Or on my socials there in the comments. Thanks so much everyone for watching. Also let me know like if these short streams, super short, to like it, or like them longer, or sometimes also short is also cool. With that, I hope to see you in the next stream. Also, if you have some content you want to see here in the stream, let me know. I wish you a great rest of the week. I have to see when I will be able to stream again. Not sure yet. I will keep you posted. I hope to make it at least once more this week to stream, but we will see. With that, I wish you a great rest of the day and see you soon. Bye.